To get straight into it. Me being an Alabama person, we're going to start with the whole Alabama versus Auburn game. Alabama walks into Jordan Hare Stadium and defeats Auburn in a thriller 27-24. Jalen Milroe throws the ball to Isaiah Bond on fourth down and goal from the 30-yard line to give Alabama the go-ahead touchdown with 32 seconds left in the game. Jalen Milroe was 16 of 24 for 259 yards, 2 TDs. He also had 18 carries for 107 yards. He was the leading rusher on the team. Roydell Williams had 8 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Jermaine Burton had 4 catches for 107 yards and a touchdown right before halftime, which was key into winning that game. And then, like I said, Isaiah Bond had 5 receptions for 75 yards and a go-ahead touchdown. Auburn, Peyton Thorne, 5 of 16, 91 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. It's kind of crazy that Auburn this whole entire game didn't even throw for over 100 yards, and they were still in the game. And I'm going to tell you why. You had Javarius Johnson had 2 touchdowns. He had 1 on the ground and 1 receiving, 1 carry, for 12 yards and 1 touchdown, 4 receptions for 76 yards and a TD. You also had Jarquez Hunter with 14 carries for 97 yards. So those were the 2 people that kept Auburn in the game. It was Jarquez Hunter and it was Javarius Johnson. Because one thing, even though Auburn only had less than 100 yards passing, they were able to run the ball efficiently. They were able to run the ball up and down the field on Alabama. It felt as though we could not stop them on the ground. Peyton Thorne, it's crazy to say this, like I went to an Auburn game. I went to Auburn versus Texas A&M, and the same problem from that game is the same problem now. He's not a good quarterback. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. He can't propel them. He can't propel them to a W. I have not seen one game this season to where Peyton Thorne has single-handedly won them the game. I just haven't seen it from him. So he was only 5 of 16. He only completed 5 passes the whole game. 91 yards. Yes, he had that 1 touchdown to Javarius Johnson, but he also had 2 interceptions. One of them was obviously a Hail Mary, so we're really not going to count that one. But the second interception, that was him. But what really, it's crazy because of the simple fact, yes, Alabama won the game, but they won the game by the skin of their teeth. They could have easily lost the game. And it was a back and forth game. No one really had momentum. It felt as though one team was winning, then the other team will come back, Alabama struck first, but quickly Auburn came back and scored. Alabama scored right before halftime, which was crucial into propelling them into the W, but they could have easily lost the game because of the simple fact Alabama, it was 20-17. I think it was 20-17. And Alabama had a chance to make it 23-17. And he missed the field goal. Auburn comes back and scored that touchdown, which in the end, if he would have made that field goal, obviously Alabama could have just drove down the field and got a field goal to potentially just win the game versus having to score a touchdown. Since it was 20-24, they could have easily just went down the field, got a field goal, and they could have won like that. Auburn made some crucial mistakes at the end of the game. Yes, they stopped Alabama. Alabama was forced to punt, and Coy Moore literally dropped the ball. And then, obviously, y'all saw at the end of the game, DJ James did allow the touchdown. And y'all keep on saying, and I'm going to be straight up because that's my cousin. It's not no bias or nothing. Y'all are coming at DJ James. Yes, he may say that he might have lost the game, but he wasn't the reason that they lost the game. He was the best cornerback on the field. He did his job the whole entire game. He had a phenomenal game, had pass breakups. If it wasn't for that, we would be looking at him clearly different. Y'all would be looking at him clearly different. He is a NFL caliber cornerback. And that's not even me being biased. That's him having a phenomenal season. That's everything that we have seen eye to eye. But we can't just look at that one play and just basically deteriorate this person and basically say that this cornerback needs to not play or what was he doing. It was one play. One play does not define how good a cornerback is. Cornerbacks allow touchdowns like that, but the key to being a good cornerback, you have to make it seem like that play didn't just happen and it's on to the next play. Yes, that was the go-ahead touchdown, but let's not forget that he had pass breakups. The touchdown before halftime, it was just a miscommunication. That's all that it was. But the last play of the game, for them to go ahead on 4th down and goal, that's not the biggest thing in the game in regards to what he did. Yeah, everything that he did in the game, pass breakups, pass deflections, great tackling. Yes, that shut all of that down, but let's not just think of that play as that's all that he did. That's all that he's known for. Yes, that play will go down in history. And yes, since Alabama won, it's like part of me is, feeling good that Alabama won. But another part of me is just like, dang, because that happened on my cousin. The play happened on my cousin. And I don't want that play to make it feel as though that's all we know him for. Like I told y'all, he is a NFL caliber cornerback, having a phenomenal year. Came from Oregon, played 2 years at Auburn, having a phenomenal year. Really, to be honest with you, he's Auburn's cornerback number 1. So yes, this play happened, and I really feel sorry for you, DJ. I really do. But it's going to take time, and we're going to move forward. You're going to move forward. You're going to go to the NFL. You're going to be a great cornerback in the NFL. Everything besides that one play, everything in the game that you did was good. Everything that you did in the game was good. But that one play, I don't want none of y'all to crucify this dude off of that one play. When if you look at the whole game, he had a good game. That's what we're not going to do. You can't do that. So, Jalen Milroe going back. Jalen Milroe could have been the reason why we won the game. Jalen Milroe could have been the reason why we lost the game. And he made a good throw. He made a great throw to Isaiah Bond. He put it right where he needed to. Couple of steps from the out of bounds marker. So that way Isaiah Bond could catch the ball, have a foot down at least, and still be able to maintain control of the ball. Jalen Milroe is the best player on the team. If Jalen Milroe doesn't have a good game, then Alabama doesn't flow. They look like a better team from week 2 when they lost to Texas all the way until now. They're a better team right now. We will be getting into all of that, the college football rankings that did come out yesterday. We will be getting in all of that soon. But if it wasn't for the crucial mistake of Coy Moore dropping the punt, muffing the punt, Auburn could have easily got the ball, and based on how they were playing the whole game in regards to running the football up and down the field on Alabama, they could have easily drained the clock and Alabama would have lost that game. So yes, DJ's going to take, there's going to be more blame to him, but it's a team effort. It's collective as a team. But Alabama made it through by the skin of their teeth. They almost lost this game. They almost lost this game. That field goal could have came back and bit them because they could have drove down the field and only needed a field goal to win the game or go ahead, and who knows what would have happened. But that missed field goal was crucial. But Alabama still, luck by the skin of teeth, whatever you want to call it, came back down the field. And on 4th and 30 after a bad snap going like 20 yards, and then Jalen Milroe on the 3rd down did an illegal forward pass. He went past the line of scrimmage, so then it was a penalty and it was a loss of down. And with all of that, Jalen Milroe made a phenomenal throw to Isaiah Bond to win the game. Those type of throws for Jalen Milroe are big time throws. Those are the throws that he is going to have in his career at Alabama. He's going to have those. He needs to have those type of games, those him moments, those game changer moments. Jalen Milroe is a could be a better version of Jalen Hurts. He could be a way better version. He's a better athlete. He's faster. He's bigger. He has a better arm. In college, he has to keep on developing. Is he going to be like a Bryce Young? Is he going to be like a Tua in regards to instincts and reading coverages at the moment and the ages that they were at when they were able to do that? No, he's not going to be like that. But he can be a game changer in other ways. Nick Saban hasn't had that type of quarterback that can beat you running the football. He hasn't had no one that's literally can beat you running the football, running over 100 yards. His play style hasn't fit with Alabama in regards to history. But now since Nick Saban has that, now he has to figure out a way to build a playbook to better Jalen Milroe, not only as a runner, but as a pocket passer. And you saw in the game with Jalen Milroe, he was running out the pocket, but his first instinct wasn't just, okay, if he doesn't see no one open, he's going to automatically just go and run. He was trying to be a pocket passer. He's trying to look down the field, trying to look for receivers, and then if it all comes a little bit too close, he'll use his legs to escape. He's trying to grow as a quarterback. So if Alabama wants to get to where it's at in regards to being dynamic and being at the top of the college football, NCAA, being, like Georgia, winning all of these football games, it all starts with Jalen Milroe. If he can develop to a great pocket passer or even just a good pocket passer with his leg ability, he can beat you in so many ways. Alabama can be very dangerous. And once they get the wide receivers, better wide receivers, better running backs, because obviously none of these running backs, like your Roydell Williams, like your Jace McClellan, they're not like Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? They're not like a Jahmyr Gibbs. They're not like a Najee Harris. They're not like game changers. So he's really doing it with less talent. But it all starts with Jalen Milroe. If Jalen Milroe can carry these troops, guide these troops to where they need to be, Alabama can be something serious for years to come. Not saying that they are now because you have Nick Saban as the coach, but Jalen Milroe can be a true game changer. A true game changer for Alabama. Him alone. But yes, Alabama did end up winning 27-24 in a great game. In my personal opinion, I think that was the best rivalry game of the day. And that's not even me being biased. That's not even me being an Alabama fan. It just felt like it was just back and forth. And that's what I love about it. So Alabama does play Georgia in Georgia plays Alabama in the SEC championship game. That'll be something. I honestly believe, yes, Georgia has not lost in 2 years, but the last time that they lost was against Alabama. Does Georgia have a better team than Alabama? It's kind of hard to say because Georgia really hasn't played nobody. Carson Beck is a good quarterback, but I don't know if he's truly that game changer. They do have Brock Bowers, and Brock Bowers is a beast. No question about it. So I will probably say Georgia has the better team, but I still wouldn't be surprised if Alabama comes in to the SEC championship and ends up winning. And if they end up winning against Georgia, we're going to have questions about should Alabama be in the college football playoffs. But we're not going to talk about that just yet. We're going to wait until later down in the show when we talk about all the college football rankings. But I do have Alabama beating Georgia, but I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia does win. Georgia has been looking like the best team in the country. They haven't lost in 2 years, back-to-back national champions. I wouldn't be surprised if they do go on and beat Alabama. But don't be shocked, y'all. I'm going to come back like I told y'all. With Nick Saban, anything is possible. Even with the loss to Texas at the beginning of the season, where Jalen Milroe back then was not looking like Jalen Milroe now, you can see that the team has grown from week to week to week. They have been hot from week to week to week. Don't let Alabama get in the college football playoffs. Don't let them get in the college football playoffs. They're a hot team right now, a very, very, very hot team right now. Ever since that Texas game, been winning, beating teams, and it's like beating teams, beating a tough LSU team, beating a tough Ole Miss team, a very tough Ole Miss team, beating some pretty good teams, beating Tennessee, which in that game, Tennessee was actually beating Alabama. So they come in the second half and they completely destroyed Tennessee. So it's going to be very interesting. Alabama's hot right now. It's going to be very interesting in the SEC championship who does end up winning. Like I said, I have Alabama winning the SEC championship. So let me know what y'all think. But going back to the whole last play of the game, DJ James had a very good game. So for those of y'all that say that he didn't have a good game and y'all are just basing it off of the one play which will go down in history, go look at the stats. He had a good game. Go look at the game itself. Had a very good game. So I'm going to just let that breathe right there because that's my cousin. Because he was getting, I was seeing everything on Twitter and it was not good. I had to come and talk about that. I had to defend him. NFL caliber. DJ, if you're looking at this, you are an NFL caliber cornerback.